Greetings and salutations, all y'all. Yes, this is another episode of Getting Stoned with your host, Stone Petoskey. Yeah, I hope you're having a beautiful day. The sun is shining, the weather is sweet. Makes me want to move on my dancing feet. Yeah, sending lots of love and good vibes out to everybody. Yeah, big hug. Come on now. Yeah. Good stuff, good stuff. It is good to be alive. It is good to be alive. Right on. Well, I'm not gonna ramble on too much here. Just want to say thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Know you are beautiful. Know you being here matters. It's an opportunity to taste, touch, feel, and see and hear. Oh, yes. Blessings. Blessings to all y'all. We need to share lots more love and goodness with one another. So be sure when you're out and about to smile, to look to the eyes of another, to connect. Yeah. Wave, nod your head, shake someone's hand, give them a hug, laugh together. Yeah, just connect with one another. The humanity is all the same everywhere in the world. Every single human connected as one, regardless of anything else. All the crazy things we come up with, to say that we're not one family. Find ways to divide and separate ourselves from one another. All that shit is made up. Yes. So, when you have that moment, when you feel that connection, celebrate it. Honor it. Encourage it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Even you pull up to a stop sign, you look over and you see someone walking on by through the crosswalk. Yeah. You're standing on line at the grocery store. Yeah. Right on. And you pull into the gas station to fill her up. Yeah. All right, so what do you say we jump on into it? I'm going to start with the song this time. And yeah, this is an old timer. Sure y'all heard it before, and hopefully I won't mess it up too much. Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring down my wild desire. There's a ring of fire, a fear to burning fire went down, and the flames went higher, and it burned. His ring of fire, his ring of fire. Taste above his swing when hearts like ours meet. A fear for you is like a child Oh, but the fire was wild. I feel the burning in the fire went down, down, down. And the flames went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. This ring of fire, this ring of fire. Yes. Johnny! Yeah, sometimes it feels like we are, living in a ring of fire. Yeah, that's what life is like, y'all. Yeah. Although, there we're talking about love. Falling in love. Yeah. So, let's just keep on trucking here. We're going to read from a book. It's called The Soul of the Marionette by Mr. John Gray, a short inquiry into human freedom. So I'm just going to quickly tap into that for a moment. Here we go. Freedom. Freedom among humans is not a natural human condition. It is the practice of mutual non-interference, a rare skill that is slowly learnt and quickly forgotten. The purpose of this negative freedom is not to promote the evolution of humans into rational beings or to enable them to govern themselves. It is to protect human beings from each other. Divided against itself, the human animal is unnaturally violent by its very nature. The old-fashioned freedom of non-interference accepts this fact. For that very reason, this freedom is bound to be devalued in a time when any reference to the flaws of the human animal is condemned as blasphemy. At present, the practices in which this freedom has been embodied, habeas corpus, open courts, the rule of law, are being compromised or else junked. Torture has been adopted, along with kidnap and secret rendition, as an essential weapon in the struggle for human rights. The only safeguards of freedom that have ever been halfway effective are being cast aside in the pursuit of figments. At the same time, new varieties of despotism are emerging in many parts of the world. Contemporary governments are deploying the latest technologies to develop hypermodern techniques of control, far more invasive than those of traditional tyrannies. If freedom of any kind can be found in these conditions, it is some version of the inward variety that was prized by the thinkers of the ancient world. In some future turn of the cycle, freedom in the relations of humans with one another may return. But for the present and the future that can be clearly foreseen, it is only the freedom that can be realized within each human being that can be secure. Nothing is more alien to the spirit of the age than to suggest that anyone might seek inner freedom, for it suggests doubt as to the prevailing faith that the human world is improving. Clearly, there are many who cannot do without this comforting faith. The most charitable course is to leave them to their slumbers. But for those of a more venturesome turn of mind, it may be worth considering, if only as a thought experiment, that inner freedom might mean today. Yeah, John Gray, y'all. This brother can write, man. He's super cool. Any of his books are worth taking a look at. Yeah, freedom within. That's where it's at, brother. Couldn't agree with you more on that one. In this modern machine world we all living in with these smartphones that are dumb as fuck. They're making us dumb as fuck, or maybe dumber than fuck. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, yeah, the freedom is found within ultimately. And at the same time, we must participate, in this thing called life. Yeah. So we're gonna keep on rolling here. This is I'm gonna read. It's been a minute since I read from this book. It's titled Finn, by my brother Jude Angelini. Man, this motherfucker is hilarious and smart. You know, the way he can write, it's really kind of amazing. All right, so what are we gonna say? Which one are we gonna read here? How about this one? Outcast. All right, here we go. In my school, they don't have college prep classes. All the classes are college prep. They just have advanced and shit for the slow kids. I'm in learning disabled English class, the one where the kids with helmets go. No one in my class wears a helmet, so I don't feel too bad. I spend most of my time talking shit and cracking jokes on the other kids with my homie Matt. Bob gets it the worst. He looks like Private Pile from Full Metal Jacket. Big, tall, and fat. Plus he wears those boxy pedophile aviators, so we ride the shit out of him. Hey Bob, you about to hop out a tree and tickle some of your 4-year-old's booty with them glasses and that young ass polo shirt? Matt'd jump in. That's not even polo, he's got a knot on that shit, he's wearing Nolo. I'd say, I don't give a fuck, he's still got a pocket full of lollipops. His nipples poking out that shirt. We laugh, and Bob stares daggers at me. Shit wasn't even that funny, but it was something to do to pass the time. One day, we're waiting in line to leave, and I say some smart ass shit to Bob. He grabs my hat, goes out the door, and throws it down the hallway. I'm mad. First, you don't touch another man's head. Second, you don't grab his hat. And last, it was cream fur Kangol. Nobody had those yet. I only seen them in the Outcast Players Bill video. I had to go to a special shop in Pontiac nobody knew about, ran by this old Jewish guy who never got rid of his old shit, and buy it dead stock when I had the cash. I look at Bob and say, why the fuck you do that for? He says, fuck you, Jude. I ain't hit him cause it's Bob and we've been clowning his ass all year. I just walked down the hall to get my cream fur Kangol that he threw 40 feet like a frisbee. I'm bending down to pick it up and see Bob running full speed at me. I put the hat back on. I get up just as he pulls his fist back and tries to hit me with a haymaker and knock off my head. I duck it and hit him with a 3-piece to put him on one knee. I say, damn, Bob, I was just fucking with you. Chill out. I walk through the doors to my locker and he runs to the office. I skip school the rest of the day because I know they're coming for me. I show up the next day thinking I'm good. Nothing happens the first 3 hours. Then I show up to LD English and the vibe is off. I speak to Mrs. Briggs and she ignores me. Nobody will look at me and the class is a little too quiet. Then there's a knock on the door. It's the police liaison, Officer Pulowski. Is Jude here? I get up and say, "What up, Officer P?" He ignores my hello and says, "Come with me." He walks me into my locker, tells me to lift up my shirt, and then pats my pockets and nothing's there. Still can't figure out what this is all about. He has me open up my locker and he's rifling through and he says, "Mrs. Briggs tells me you have a pager." It's a suspendable offense, but it's like chewing gum. Everyone has one. It's not enforced. He pulls out a blue beeper with a clear case. "Here it is. Let's go to the office." I'm about to get suspended for this shit, and I've been keeping my nose clean for the last 5 months. I'm sick as hell. Usually getting suspended isn't a big deal for me, but it violates my probation, and now I'm going to the juvie. I'm in the vice principal, Mr. Hall's office. He's a big husky dude. He looks like a mean Santa, with a yellow beard stained brown around his mouth from chain smoking cigarettes. He's yelling at me about the pager. Then he brings up Bob. "We know you beat up Bob." I say, "He threw my hat down the hall, then swung on me first." Mr. Hall says, "He's mentally retarded. You can't hit the mentally retarded." I say, "How was I supposed to know? He ain't wearing a sign. He looks normal." He says, "You're supposed to be nice and treat them special." I say, "You think I go around picking on retarded kids? You put him in gin pot, he looks regular. How am I supposed to know? We treated him normal like everybody else." He's shaking his head. "Based on that, the pager, you'll be suspended for a week." I'm pleading. "That's gonna violate my probation and put me in the juvie. I don't want to go to Children's Village over a pager." He says, "That's something you're going to have to take up with your probation officer. Now go wait in the office." I'm out there in a chair stewing. This bitch got me going to Children's Village off some dumb shit. I get up and storm to her class. Mr. Hawes sees me and gives chase, but he's too slow. I bust in her room while she's teaching. She runs to the back behind some desk. "You bitch, you got me suspended for some dumb shit. Now I'm gonna go to juvie because of you." She's speechless. The kids are in awe. Then Mr. Hawes rushes me. He goes to tackle me. We tussle for a minute. Then I throw him to the ground. I get back to the screaming on her. Then I look down and see a scared old man. I look at Mrs. Briggs and she's frozen in fear. That's when it hits me. What have you done? I step over Mr. Hawes, walk out to the hall, then walk to the office with my head down. Mr. Hawes runs to catch up, grabs my arm, and says, "You did it now. We're calling your parents." We get to the office and they sit me in a room by myself to make phone calls. I'm thinking, no way I'm going to the juvie. I'll run away. I can stay with JT. He was always drunk, late night talking that shit at booze. "Nigger, we family. No matter what, I got you back." I run out the office. I use my last quarter to call up JT. "Cuz I just got suspended and they finally locked me up. I need to stay in your basement for a couple of days till I figure this shit out." It's silent on the other side. Then he says, "I don't know, bro. I gotta check with my parents." I hang up the phone. This motherfucker. Fuck him. I'm gone anyway. I run to the side doors by the teacher's parking lot where the woods are. I see Ross and I say, "I'm gone, son. I'm fine to run away. They're gonna lock me up for the grand loss and shit over a fucking beeper." He slaps my hand and he says, "Hit me up if you need anything." I grab his hand and I give him a hug. "I probably am, so I probably will, dog. I'll hit you later." Then I run for my freedom. Ross and a group of kids are cheering me on as my fat ass lumbers through the field. I get to the teacher's parking lot and go to jump the fence. I hop over and damn near clear it when one of my Timbs gets caught in the wire and I eat shit. My face slides through the gravel and they stop cheering. I get up, dust myself off, and get back to running to the woods. I'll hit Boo later. Maybe I can stay with him. Jude Angelini. She's able to just write stories like that. You get caught up in it. That was hard to read. I gotta be honest with you, man. You know, I don't like, you know, I don't rehearse. I don't decide what I'm gonna do like that specific before I do these episodes. So I just randoed out on that particular story in here, and it was like playing all these different characters. Trippy. Jude Angelini, thank you, brother. That was fun. And thank you all out there listening. Anybody, anyone, anywhere, sending you lots of love and positivity. We're going to finish this up with a poem by Anne Sexton. She's an American poet. She won the Pulitzer Prize for poetry. Her poems are deep and dark and delightful all at once. So, I don't know, we'll see which one we're going to go to here, which find, you know, let's just, you open up and you go from there. All right, this is a poem entitled, The Poet of Ignorance. Wow. Perhaps the earth is floating. I do not know. Perhaps the stars are little paper cut-ups made by some giant scissors. I do not know. Perhaps the moon is a frozen tear. I do not know. Perhaps God is only a deep voice heard by the deaf. I do not know. Perhaps I am no one. True, I have a body and I cannot escape from it. I would like to fly out of my head, but that is out of the question. It is written on the tablet of destiny that I am stuck here in this human form. That being the case, I would like to call attention to my problem. There is an animal inside me, clutching fast to my heart. A huge crab. The doctors of Boston have thrown up their hands. They have tried scalpels, needles, poison gases, and the like. The crab remains. It is a great weight. I try to forget it, go about my business, cook the broccoli, open and shut books, brush my teeth and tie my shoes. I have tried prayer, but as I pray, the crab grips harder and the pain enlarges. I had a dream once. Perhaps it was a dream. That the crab was my ignorance of God. But who am I to believe in dreams? And man, Sexton. That was an incredibly beautiful poem. The Poet of Ignorance. Wow. Lovely. Lovely. Thank you all so much for stopping on by. I appreciate you. I hope the sun is shining wherever you are. Find that freedom within. That's where it's at, if you will. And be sure to have some fun while you're doing it. All right, until next time, this is Stone Petoskey saying peace.